Welcome to the February 4th meeting of the Historic Business District Commission. My name is Darcy Sequin. I will be chairing this meeting. Tim Gilmore, our vice chair, will read the governor's directive, and then we'll continue with our meeting.
Pursuant to Governor Healy's March 29th, 2025 signing of Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025 extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, until June 30th, 2027. This meeting of the Chatham Historic Business District Commission is being conducted in person and via remote participation. Every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for in the order. A reminder that people who would like to listen to this meeting while in progress may do so by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410, conference ID 654-312-528 #, or join the meeting online via Microsoft Teams through the link in the posted agenda. While this is a live broadcast and simulcast on Chatham TV, Xfinity, Channel 102, despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide real-time access. We will post a record of this meeting on the town's website as soon as possible. If anyone else is recording the meeting, including the use of AI note-taking apps, please notify the chair. In accordance with town policy, the public can speak to any issue, hearing, or business item on the agenda during the meeting when recognized by the chair.
Thank you, Tim. I will do a roll call. Bob Burns, are you here?
Bob Burns, present.
Dan Silver, welcome back.
Well, thank you, as much as there is here. Thank you,
Tim,
Darcy.
are you here?
Tim Gilmore is present.
Sam Strabert here.
Doug Grattan is here.
And Darcy Sequin is here. Does anybody have anything about the minutes? Any changes, corrections?
Doug Grattan would like to make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Bob Burns, second. Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Strabert approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Darcy Sequin approves. Okay, on to our first.
All right, the first event is continued hearing, signs, application 25-101, TK Sports Bar, care of Mitchell Kennedy. Application to replace the wall sign on the structure located at 1077 Main Street, continued from January 7th, 2026 and January 21st, actually, 2026.
Hello, how you doing?
Hold on one second. Also, I'd like to thank Chantel Kilkenny, our Community Development Secretary, for being here and helping us out. Go ahead.
Appreciate it as well.
Please introduce yourself and tell us
My
what
name's
you'd like to
Mitchell
do.
Kennedy for TK Sports Bar. We spoke about a month ago about us putting a new sign up on the wall of the restaurant as well as the road sign. You all suggested that we do a gray paint instead of the original white or wood looked. So I have 4 different grays, and I figured I would just leave it up to what you guys think would fit best there.
Okay.
Pass them around, or?
Do you have a first choice so that, and then you could pass
Yes,
it to us?
so Stonehenge here, this is 1 coat, and this is 2 coats. I think we like the 2 coats of Stonehenge. It just is the most gray and looks good with the logo.
Okay.
The paint colors are also on the back, if you want to reference them. That will be the red, white, and blue that goes for the lettering.
All right, if you wouldn't mind just
Yes.
passing it to the commission.
Awesome, thank you, sir. That's the one I like.
So do you want to talk about the sign while we look at these?
Yes, so for the wall sign, we have 2 options. One of the creative people said we should put a sports football on it. I like option 1, just plain sports bar, but we do have the Pizza Spirits beer option as well with the football. That was just sort of a secondary, which one do you guys like better sort of thing. We prefer the just sports bar, I think, but we'll leave it up to you guys as well. And then the road sign, instead of having the ladder board that had New England pizza on it, we're just getting rid of that to meet the sign size requirements, and we're just putting Pizza Spirits beer underneath on the main sign instead of having it be a secondary sign.
Okay. you have a question, Doug?
I have a couple comments. I do like the stone hedge, the second coat as well, and I prefer rendering number 1 that says TK Sports Bar.
Okay,
Other than that, I think it's a fine-looking sign.
thank you.
Sam?
Well, I like the option 1, TK Sports Bar, so I'm all for that.
All right.
The color? The color swatch that we saw, was that?
Oh, the
okay?
color is, the Stonehenge, 2 coats,
Okay,
seems to be okay.
all right,
Darker, what is that the background?
yes.
Yes, that'll
Gonna
be
be
the
a
back.
bluish on a gray background with a blue, light blue building.
Yes, it's sort of, the gray matches, like you guys were saying, better than the original wood design does. And it's going to be on that exact type of wood as well, which is a mahogany plywood.
Yeah.
Okay. Tim, do you have any questions?
I think the TK Sports Bar is a better choice for the area. In addition, I like the Stonehenge 2 coats.
Dan?
Yeah, I saw this and I like some of the changes you made, but I'll tell you what, I don't know why it concerned me so when I first saw it. Unfortunately, I don't think a sports bar, if it is, it might be the first one in Chatham that says sports bar on it. If it said tavern or something, eatery, anything that would be a little bit older than a sports bar. And what I do like, what you did was you got rid of the pizza on it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any sports bar that doesn't serve chicken wings and pizza and, I mean, all
Right.
kinds of crazy food
Self-explanatory.
outside the basket bucket. So I'm sorry, but don't worry about what I say, because I don't have a vote. So, I can say anything I want.
Well, I appreciate the
All
feedback.
right, so it's just that I don't think it's conforming with Chatham. I think the building is, but I'd like to, get rid of the sports or something, or call it something different, that's
We're
all.
just trying to differentiate a little
But,
bit because.
it's up to my friends here, they know what they're doing.
Right,
I welcome you to town,
thank you.
and, any sports bar is gonna have beer and booze,
Yeah,
and I don't know what makes a sports bar, the TVs or what?
mostly that, a lot of it is, if there's a Patriots game on, you play the audio instead of just having music in the background, you hear the game and a lot of TV.
Yeah, okay. Do you know of any bar in Chatham that hasn't got at least 3 TVs?
Well, we got 20.
These are big.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Bob?
I like option number 1 with the 2 coats.
Okay.
I think it brings out, the gray and the brown that you have on the inside.
Right.
Wood on the inside.
Yeah, I agree.
So 2 coats, and I think you're set to go.
Perfect, thank you very much.
I agree with my commissioners. Yeah, I think it's a great choice, and I'm glad you got rid of all the other stuff. It's nice and clear.
Yes. Simple.
Okay, would somebody like to make a
So
motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion under continued hearing signs, application 25101, TK Sports Bar, care of Mitchell Kennedy. Application to replace the wall sign on the structure located at 1077 Main Street, continued from January 7th, 2026 and January 21st, 2026. Conditioned that the background be Stonehenge gray with 2 coats, and we are going with option number 1 that says TK's Sports Bar.
Thank you, Doug.
Bob Burns second, and Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
And Darcy Sequin approves. Okay, thank you. Next.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
You got one more.
Yeah, we got one more.
You get one more too for us.
We got to do the
Ground sign.
ladder sign. Ground sign, sorry.
Okay.
You want to read that, Doug?
Sure. So under continued hearings, application 25-102, TK Sports Bar, care of Mitchell Kennedy. Application to replace the ground and ladder board sign at 1077 Main Street, continued from January 7th, 2026 and January 21st, 2026. And Chantel, let's see, no ladder board will be installed as a note here.
Right.
So thank you.
So tell us who you are again.
Mitchell Kennedy for TK Sports Bar. We found out that the previous sign was installed incorrectly, it wasn't ever approved the way it was supposed to be, so to meet the requirements, we got rid of the, what used to say New England Pizza sign, that we were gonna put Pizza Spirits Beer on, and we just tucked it on the bottom of the existing sign, same size, and we're gonna do the same 2 coats of Stonehenge paint and the red, white, and blue logo. And other than that, it's the same structure, the same sign, we're just refacing it with mahogany plywood.
Okay, Doug?
No questions. I like the sign. I think it's an improvement, and thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm not catching, is option one being utilized here, or
This is the sign.
Oh, this is the road sign.
this is the sign?
Yeah, that is, there's no option 1 and 2 for the road sign, we're just gonna go with that, hopefully.
Okay.
You good? Okay, Tim?
No questions.
Dan, you can speak up.
No, just the usual, the comments that I made before. It just seems strange to me that spirits and beer are both up there. I assume that spirits is what is spirits? Is it
It's
alcohol,
cocktails.
hard alcohol? or-
Yes, exactly.
Okay, it's not beer?
Yes, exactly. It falls under, hard liquor, whereas beer would be, there are places that only serve beer. So, I mean, it's not a differentiation too much. It's mostly, you drive by and you see pizza, oh. Spirits, oh.
Okay. Well, if my friends like it, then fine.
Bob?
No questions. And you're going to use the same color?
Yes, the Stonehenge 2 coats on the
Coats.
same mahogany
Okay.
plywood.
And I have no questions.
All right, so Doug Rat will make a motion on this continued hearing signs, application 25-102, TK Sports Bar, care of Mitchell Kennedy. Application to replace the ground sign at 1077 Main Street, continued from January 7th, 2026 and January 21st, 2026. As noted, there is no ladderboard sign. In the background will be Stonehenge 2 coats of gray.
Very good.
Bob Burns, second. Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryver approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Darcy Sequin approves. Good luck to you.
Thank you
Look
very much.
forward to
Appreciate
the
it.
opening.
We are having a soft opening for town of Chatham employees as well, so I'll keep you posted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so under signs, application 26-005, Andrew Abu Realtors, care of Jane Abu. Application to install the roof sign located at 880 Main Street, Unit A.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Good
Please introduce
afternoon.
yourself.
I'm Jane Abu of Andrew Abu Realtors. And we are looking to move the sign that is currently at 878 Main Street over to 880 Main Street. It's essentially the same building. There are 2 addresses there, but you can see in the first picture that the building extends out the back. So the front looks like an old home, and this front one is where you'll see on this picture, it says this is our current sign location at 878 Main Street, Unit B, and the requested location is going to be moved over. If you look on the right, the requested location is to be moved to 880 Main Street, Unit A. It's the same sign, we're simply moving it over. The owner of the building has leased the front part to someone else, and so we leased another office unit in the same building.
Madam Chairperson, I'd like to just mention that the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Thank you, Doug. Did you have anything else?
Well, I've included everything, basically, it's the exact same sign, we're just moving it over. And I did the rendering that's up on the screen right now is just me sort of putting it together as best I could to show how it would look on the building.
Okay, is there going to be any lighting at all?
Yep, there will be lighting exactly as it appears, and that is also in the application.
Okay, thank you.
So it's the sign, the lighting, the brackets, everything's all the same.
Okay. Doug,
I have no questions.
Sam?
I have no questions.
No questions.
Question on the bracket. Are you going to move that bracket over? Is that the plan? Or is it a new
Yes.
bracket?
No, it's the same bracket because the bracket that's currently in place on the sign is actually adjustable, so it'll be exactly the same.
Okay, no further questions.
Dan, do you have any questions?
No comments.
All right,
No comments either.
okay.
Quick question, Jane, how do you pronounce your last name?
Abu?
It's long A, long U. It's Abu.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so under signs, application 26005, Andrew Abu, Realtors, care of Jane Abu. Application to install the roof sign located at 880 Main Street, Unit A, as presented.
Bob Burns, second. Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryver approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
And Darcy Sequin approves. Thank you very much. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
welcome.
it.
Have a nice
Bye.
day.
All right, under site improvements, application 26007, Town of Chatham, care of Terry Whalen. Application for landscaping, hardscaping, lighting, fencing, and ADA access improvements located at 564 Main Street.
Welcome, sir. We haven't seen you in a while.
Hello. Yes, thank you. Hopefully I'm coming through loudly and clearly with using my headset here. Just for some context, because I think some of the commissioners were on when we came in originally for this project. And, in your meeting package, you did have the components of the previous approval. We had some fits and starts with the project, some different things. If you recollect, when this was approved, this was just prior to COVID. There were 3 capital projects at the library. They were reprioritized basically with the roof replacement and the shell improvements. And now we are reconnecting or have been reconnecting back on this project to get this back out to bid. So the project itself, and I've got Sean Riley here from Time Bond too on our design team for technical components. So probably the biggest evolution of the project over the duration has been the working of the details for all the engineering and calculations and so on and so forth. But essentially, the overall concept here is to keep the components of the front of the library as far as the circulation pattern, but we're adding a sidewalk an interior sidewalk along Library Lane so that there's access to the facility. So a handicap path basically from the eastern Half Moon and up to the Library Lane entrance. So right now, if you're familiar with there's a reveal basically on the curbing there. So what will happen is the sidewalk and the curbing will meet and be flush, and to meet all the site-specific details for the Americans with Disabilities Act. And there's some new grading involved that's pretty minimal to provide some additional programming for the library. So they learned through COVID, using more of the site. So on the eastern boundary near the Cape Cod 5, there's going to be a new flatter area, and the front is also going to be contoured more favorably for having events outside. And if you recollect as well, part of this project also involves resetting the Founders Monument so that it moves it down into the landscape so that it can be accessed. Maybe if we go back up to the color graphic, basically creating a plaza type area where it can be accessed from the street. So, and in the further details, we had the profile view. So those are kind of the major refinements over. I mean, that was always a component of it, but it's been refined, and then also the planting plan has also been included all the lighting fixtures and everything that had been previously approved. We're not changing any of those specifications. So I think maybe that's a quick overview, and I don't know if, like I said, Sean's here for any technical items, but the back parking lot gets redone, and also what's happened now too. Originally, when we were talking about this project back in 2019, there was going to be some sewer work along the road, and also repaving of Library Lane, but now that will be part of this project. So the sidewalk, which is technically in the street layout, will be part of this project as well, and that's going to be important to make sure that we get all the correct grades for handicap access. And Library Lane itself will also be repaved as part of this project up past the parking lot area.
I hate to say this, but I can't recall what we approved the last time. Could you just go over that, what we approved? I think it was in 2019 or something.
Yeah, it was 2019. So yeah, so in the package, and like I said, basically the concept was effectively the same. I don't know if you want me to go through, but all the fixtures we have in here. So all the downlighting fixtures, the pedestrian lighting, and then the surface types for the walkways were all part of the original approval, and the bricks as well for the wall. So, like I said, we just did the project as it's been postponed. We're back now with the plan, which effectively is the same plan, but it's now done to a design level versus the concept level. And we've added and refined the plantings as part of this process. And like I said, in the front portion, the grading has changed a little bit for the benefit of the library for them to do program. And if you recollect, when we were back in 2019 too, there was the part of the equation. There were two street trees here that basically went through the process for public hearings, and those have been removed. So those were part of some additional work that was done on the project regulatorily here. But the items you see in the darker green are also the areas of plantings for both the, in front of the library, around the perimeter on Library Lane, and then more robust planting in the area behind the library and in the parking lot. So those have been enhanced and refined since the last proposal as well.
Okay, unfortunately, the pictures that you gave us, we can't really see what's happening here. I wish they were clearer as far as the sidewalk goes. And I mean, is it just cement, or you see what I'm saying?
I'll turn it over to
I mean,
Sean.
we can't-
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if I could share my screen, that would be great. Give me 1 second. There we go. So I'll go to the site rendering. First and foremost, I don't know if you have this packet here, which is all of the landscape improvements. It has all of the details within that package. One of the biggest things that was refined and identified is the streetscape. Is everybody seeing my screen?
No.
No,
Let me try that again.
we see you.
Don't want to see me, we want to see my screen. All right, here we go. There we go. How about now?
Okay.
All right. So this is the streetscape out in front. Let me just jump back to the rendering. So this is the Monument Plaza that's running essentially parallel to Main Street. Main Street is the sidewalk along Main Street is being widened to 6 feet. There's a new granite curb that is running along Main Street. And as Terry mentioned, right now there's a step up on the northern side, almost at the intersection of Library Lane, that is being removed. The sidewalk is being relayed and as Terry said, we're creating essentially accessible routes from Main Street to the side door on Library Lane, and also reconfiguring the parking lot in the rear for better egress and access around, with the handicap accessible space being placed over by the sidewalk rather than out in the middle of the parking lot where it is now. And anyone familiar with the access from the parking lot, there's essentially a elevated, bermed, paved walkway along Library Lane. It's not very well defined. So that will be removed and replaced with a granite curb, elevated 6-inch sidewalk, your typical sidewalk that will run along Library Lane and provide handicap accessibility from the rear parking lot. Some of the changes that Terry was just mentioning in the rear are essentially identifying the plantings that are going along the backside of the building. We still have the same trees that were shown in the four corners of the parking lot. Within the package, there is the lampposts that we are proposing, and I can go to those if anybody doesn't have that. And essentially, there are 4 in the rear parking lot to provide greater lighting in the rear. And there are 2 additional lights that are being added along the street side, Main Street side, right at the entrances of the 2 circular walkways that lead up to the front. Right now, there are 2 of the same existing light poles that flag the front step. There are no changes proposed to the front entry or to the building facade. The improvements are all site improvements to provide access, to provide a new location for the book drop, bike rack, and the new Monument Plaza. So jumping back on the Monument Plaza and what that looks like from the street, from Main Street, I think this is probably the most important aesthetic for you all to be looking at. It's a brick with a granite cap seat wall that flags the monument area, the little plaza area. Everything is either granite or brick along this walkway. And again, the seat wall is at 2 feet. So anybody that's watching the parade on the 4th of July or, for New Year's, there's a great seat wall to sit down on. But it also gives you access to the Pioneers Monument that you can walk right up to with a bench seat located in that same area. And there are details that have been provided in the package that show that the plaza seat wall and the seat that are essentially granite and brick. So really keeping into the character of the community and the neighborhood. And behind that, I mentioned there are 2 new light poles, which we provided the fixture cuts for those. And then behind that is a planter, and we've provided a planting plan that gives you the plants that are proposed behind the monument, that rings around the backside of the monument. And the grading that Terry was talking about, they've got a lot more outdoor programming now. So you won't really notice a big difference to the front of the library. It will just become more of a level area out in front, directly out in front of the library, so that they can use that for any activities out in front, as well as activities along the south side on the Cape Cod 5 bank side of the library for children's activities within that area. We are adding just a screening fence along that side that'll be perpendicular to Main Street, setback about 60, 70 feet from Main Street. And I think Terry already hit on the fact that we are proposing the new accessible route along Library Lane. And then it's flagged with the plantings on that side as well. So I'll be glad to jump over to any of the lighting details or any other aspects that you may have questions on.
The questions that I have are, you're putting in lampposts and bollards, which we have no picture of. I mean, I appreciate the sketches that you've made, but we can't really visually see what's happening when you're putting brick and granite. I understand what you're trying to do here, but we can't really see what it's going to look like, and I think that's an important factor.
Madam Chair, the bollards that he showed and the lighting has already been approved.
The bollards have?
if you notice, there's the approval stamp at the bottom of the
Okay.
picture.
All right, do you have copies of what they look like at all, or not?
That's the lighting he has on the screen
Oh,
right
that's-
now.
That's my thought, but we can't really see
And
what,
Sean, oh, sorry.
we can't really see what the walls are gonna look like. The sidewalks, I assume, are all cement. Paving for the parking lot.
Yes, paving for the parking lot, correct.
Let's see what the other commissioners have to say. Doug?
I don't think I was on the board in 2019. I can appreciate what they're trying to do. As with you, Darcy, I have a couple questions. Again, is the sidewalk in front, are you redoing that, or is that something, is that under your project or not?
The sidewalk along Main Street?
Yes.
Yes, that is part of this project.
And that's going to be asphalt?
That'll be asphalt with a granite curb.
Okay. And the going up Library Lane, the access ramp, is that also asphalt?
This is all concrete on the interior.
Okay, all right,
So all the interior walkways are concrete.
okay. Those are the only questions I had.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sam?
Well, this is a project of lots of details and finishes. It's not and it's over a wide area, a large area of the whole library property. And the 8.5 by 11 packet size and the TV monitor view of it from 30 feet or 25 feet, it's very hard to get an idea of what you're proposing. And everybody has said there's issues with that. I don't know what to say, except that I know when we originally approved the project, I've forgotten whether that included a new parking area. Did it?
It did, the same parking configuration, the
parking.
same.
So
Yes.
why did you change the parking?
No, we didn't change the parking. We added the plantings that are between the parking and, let me share my screen again. As Terry said, this was the conceptual plan. Everything on the conceptual plan has already been approved by H.B.D.C, by Planning Board. We've refined this scope to basically finish it off to the next level of schematic design into construction documents to give the greater detail for construction for the planting specifications along the rear of that parking lot. So that's really all that's changed at the rear of the parking lot, the rear parking lot.
I mean, the central part of that parking could be landscaping, couldn't it?
The central part of the parking lot is for turning movements. So they're parking on 3 sides of the parking lot. They're entering
I
off of library.
understand the plan. Don't misunderstand that I don't understand the plan. I understand the plan. It looks quite different from when I didn't go there and actually check it out. But I think, anyway, I know there's no parking up against the library side.
Let me
current
clarify,
parking.
let me clarify, there's no change in the design from what was previously presented.
I
The
understand.
existing parking is completely different.
Yes, it is.
Yes. This is the configuration of the
Was there
existing
no
parking.
opportunity? Yeah, yes, thank you.
All set?
Was there no opportunity to introduce landscaping in the central part of that scheme?
There isn't, not with the turning movements and with the drop-off book. Basically, this brown area is the drop-off book shelter where people drive in, drop off the books and turn out. So And with the back out, you'd probably get a 3-foot median in the middle here that people would be running over and plows would be hitting. And it really wouldn't be that beneficial. It'd be more of a impediment than anything.
Well, for the drop-off people, I hope there isn't a conflict between the drop-off people and somebody backing out of a parking space.
No, we've already gone through that with the planning board. The time that it takes them to drop that off is less time than it takes the car behind you in the grocery store parking lot to back up and get out of your way before you can back up and get out of your space. So
Okay.
it's just a pull-down handle and dropping off the books.
I think the design elements that you've been working with, the layout seems to be an improvement, and the design elements that you're adding will benefit the library. So from a historical point of view, I'm in approval of the design.
Tim?
As far as the access ramp, handrail, is that going to be steel?
Yes, it'll be painted black, glossy black.
That was my next question, because I can't see any colors on this.
It's listed on the, it's on the detail. It's probably too small to read if you've got an 8.5 by 11. But it's on the
Okay.
the construction
We
detail.
we
Yep.
referenced brick in that front view. What color is the brick going to be?
It's going to be just your basic brick color. It won't be white. It's just a brick color.
That's my question.
Yep.
As far as the screening fence, again, no color here. What color is that going to be?
Let me see if he's got, I'm sorry, I'm not the landscape architect, but I did sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so. I don't see that he's got anything spelled out. Give me 1 second. He might have it on the plan view. It might just be a cedar.
Yeah, I think that is cedar, Sean. Yeah, so we didn't plan on painting it, but again, whatever is more appropriate, we can do that, but yeah.
Yeah, if there are any recommendations,
Cedar.
Cedar would be the base.
And would that be stained or just natural?
Just natural.
No further questions.
Dan?
Yeah, I see the plan. I'm really surprised. Do you folks know how many times this church has been before the H.B.D.C. for changes on landscaping and landscaping? It's been at least 4. I think we had lighting and we had walkways. The other situation that I'm up against is that years ago, I had a folk from the Library Commission that were doing a plan for the library, and they had it done by the one of the selectmen that was an architect. You remember that? And you could recognize, when you looked at the plans, you could recognize the library. You could see all the walkways that existing. You can see the existing buildings. You can understand the reason why they built it the way it was. I'm sorry, but this plan is absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, a local resident atrocity to this library. I look at the drawing that you gave us, and I cannot recognize the library outlined at all. The one that he had a large circular walkway up to the first floor, just like that existed before. And there wasn't a whole bunch of lights. So are you folks coming back again after this? I mean, it seems to me that, I'm sorry, but you've been coming back every 6 months.
Well, they haven't been back in a while, but.
We haven't been back in multiple years.
Yeah, it's been a
And this
while, but they keep
project,
on
this time-
changing.
That was,
You know, a while, they weren't going to take the tree, now they took the tree, then they were going to move the monument, now they're not going to move the monument. I mean, I'd like to get them settled to something that we can actually understand and feel comfortable about voting on, because I have no idea what these folks are going to do with this thing in the next 5 or 6 years. I'm sorry.
Bob, do you
the
have
components
questions?
to this concept has been approved by the select board and the library trustees.
Yeah, I mean, I know you wanted the new driveway down Library Lane because you wanted additional parking for handicapped people. That was one of the things, the excuses for putting more in there. And I don't see how you have improved this. I mean, you came back, you looked for lighting. I don't see any of the lighting there now. The lighting was circular or semicircular. I don't see it there. But then again, I've been lost for a little while, so, I mean, I don't, I'd like to see you do a lot better job with this so that when you pass this in, that we can actually recognize it as the library.
Bob?
Just yeah, I think this is a little confusing, but just a couple comments on the book drop. Is that just moving the bin over to the sidewalk so that when people drive out, they can pull the chute down and put the books in and stay in their car?
Exactly.
And that's just the bin, so there's nothing else going there?
There's a cover over top of it. There's a covered four-post pavilion on top of it, which is also included in the package.
Okay, and then are you losing any parking spaces?
No, the parking spaces are remaining the same.
The number of parking spaces are the same?
Same number of parking spaces. Yep.
Okay, as far as lighting, the fixtures, are they consistent with other fixtures in town that we're using?
They're consistent with
park?
the existing fixtures that are on the property.
How about around town? How about in the
yes.
How about in the park? These are the same fixtures that are in the park?
Yes, I think if I could share my screen, you could see the, you probably can't see that far back. Yeah, these are the same fixtures that are out in front of the existing library right now.
But in the park also in town?
Not, Terry, you're probably more familiar with that than I am.
Yeah, as far as Kate Gould, I'd have to check that. I don't know that specifically. But again, as Sean said, we're building off and maintaining basically what's already been on the site and been in existence for multiple decades.
So why are we replacing the fixtures if?
We're adding fixtures.
You're adding, so they're all going to be,
Correct.
you're adding how many?
4 in the rear parking lot and 2 in the front by the street at the very entrance to each of the walkways.
And they're going
There's
to
one
match,
on each-
they're going to match what's there now?
That's correct.
Okay, I'd like to also make sure they're matching what's around town. In Cape Gould Park, if we can keep things consistent, it would look a lot better, I think. No further comments.
There seems to be quite a bit of confusion as to exactly what this is going to look like. I'd like to ask the rest of the commissioners how they feel. If they would want to continue this or go forward. Doug, how do you feel about this?
I'm ready to go forward myself.
You are? Sam?
I think the wall on Main Street is the main event of this project. This will be a great asset, I think, for the library. And the rest of the parts, the fences and the other, sort of hard to see what's being fenced in and what's being fenced out. So I would like to address that part, but I think all I have to do is look at the drawing in front of me rather than across a room like this. I don't get an apprehension. I'd like to know what's being done. So like there's a fence with balustrades, a whole balustrades, I don't know where that is. There's a fence with just an upper rail that looks like a, but I think it's all been thought out. I think everybody is, so I'd be for the design of fish cut bait.
Okay. Tim?
I'd like to see more detailed plans that I can interpret. I just think, looking from this distance, I'm not really comfortable. That's a centerpiece of town. It's a very historic area. And just to be guessing based on hearsay and just, not that I doubt you're telling us what's going in there, but I'd like to see it. It's my job to look at it. That's my comment.
Okay. Dan, we know how you feel, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Bob?
no further comments.
A couple of comments. I wish you would have come back to us before this, before you went to the planning board, or in conjunction with the planning board and the select board, to come back to us, because it's been a number of years. I guess it's been, I don't know how many years. So I would, basically, I'd like to see more detail.
7 years?
7 years. 7?
Well, according to
Would you be
Chantel.
willing to continue this application and bring more visuals for us, please? What do you think? Your design is great, but we just can't see exactly what you're doing. Terry?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, so is the concern just with the scale and providing the large-scale documents? Because all the information is there
I think we have to
on
see.
full-size prints?
Yes, that would be a big help, to see what we're doing, not the full-size prints of what we have, but a more of a visual, like Tim said, you know, what are we looking at here? I mean, I can guess what it is, but I think we need to actually see the fencing, the layout, what you're doing with the library, so we could see the library there and what you're doing. Would you be willing to continue this application and come back with those things?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that we're going to get you what you need. And then what is the time frame on that for
What's
coming
the
back?
date? What's the next date, the 18th?
Our next meeting is on February 18th, but I would need the information by
Yeah.
Darcy?
the
that?
next week.
No, what I was going to say was that drawing I told you about, done by the former selectman, was a 3D. He had people in it, he had everything in it.
Madam Chair, can I just clarify what
Sure.
what I'm interpreting, what you're looking
Yeah.
for to Terry and Sean? I think they're looking for like maybe some elevations and more of, like a 3D, what it's going to look like
Exactly.
when it's done versus a flat like site plan. It's hard to visualize in a site plan form.
Is that something
That makes
you'll be
sense.
able to do in 2 weeks, or do you need more time, or what would you like to do?
Well, the full-
I'm sorry, what's the date that it needs to be submitted by?
18th, February.
Now, 18th is the next meeting, so I need to get
Yeah.
your packets out usually the Friday or Thursday before. So about a week before. So in about a
So
week,
that's-
I'll need it.
What would you like to do? I mean, we could go forward. I'm not sure if it would be approved. I don't know. I'm getting.
Well, we want to make sure you get the information you need, and we do need to get this approved to get this out on the street and bid. So, because the materials are
Let's-
here, but the isometric view,
Yeah.
Sean, I'm sorry, I'll let you go.
No, I was just gonna say, let's put it on the agenda for next week. I
Yeah.
mean, for the 18th, and do everything we can to get it into you by next Wednesday.
Okay, would somebody make a motion to continue this?
Doug Grant will make a motion under site improvements, application 26007, Town of Chatham, care of Terry Whalen. Application for landscaping, hardscaping, lighting, fencing, and ADA access improvements located at 564 Main Street to be continued till February 18th.
Bob Burns second, and Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Darcy Sequin approves.
Can I add anything?
Well, we've already,
I know I voted,
okay.
but
I don't think we
in
can,
the old days when
Sam, I think it's done.
I could be helpful.
We can talk to him maybe tomorrow or something. We've already voted and it's closed.
I know.
Okay, Doug.
Okay,
Next.
under additions / alterations, 26-006,
Okay.
713 Main Street Trust, care of Kathleen Dias. Application to replace the siding on the dwelling located at 713 Main Street.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good evening. Pretty straightforward. We have rotted siding. The old wood siding on the front of the house has water damage. We'd like to replace it with hardy board siding because it's better for the moisture proof. That's it. Same color, same width. I want it to look exactly like it looks now with just a better product.
Okay, Doug,
I have no questions.
Sam?
I'm just wondering what this list of stuff
That's the
is.
materials list for my contractor. I wanted you to see that it was the same color. The first item, I believe, on there is the the hardy board siding. And it clearly says it's Arctic white. It's still going to be white siding, smooth.
Does this list of siding, trim, fascia, roofing materials, gutters, is the whole exterior of the building?
There's no gutters. It's just the siding and some trim pieces. And just the white siding on the front of the house. There's natural cedar towards the back of the house.
You say fully replace siding, trim, fascia, but you're telling me it's just,
I did not say that.
I can't
I think that was the next
hear
item on the
very.
agenda.
They're just replacing.
We're just replacing the siding.
siding.
You're just replacing this siding. not-
Windows are staying, window trim is staying, anything that's not rotted is staying.
Well, I mean, this list is full of ASAC stuff and
Which are the trim pieces, like along the water board. There's some corner board pieces that are,
so that'll be the trim.
not all of the trim, but yes, some of the trim.
Okay.
Just the pieces that
Well,
are
I have
rotted.
no problem. I think when I drove by, I could see the condition of the siding, and it surely needs it, so.
I just want to do it once and put the hardy board in there and not have to worry about it for the next, till the next owners have it, I guess, at some point
There you go.
in the future.
Tim?
I have no further questions.
Dan? No questions. Bob?
No questions. I
shutters?
like the building, don't change it.
Yeah.
Shutters are
Just
staying,
fix it.
The shutters
Shutters
are
are
staying.
staying.
There's a couple of them that I need to replace because they're falling apart.
so they'll be black and, okay,
Black wood shutters, I'm going to match what's up there.
great, okay. No
with
further
the
questions.
hinges and the holdbacks and
And I have no questions.
Thank you.
Okay, so under additions, alterations, Doug Grant will make a motion for 26-006, 713 Main Street Trust, care of Kathleen Diaz. Application to replace the siding on the dwelling located at 713 Main Street as presented.
Bob Burns second, and Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Darcy Sequin approves.
thank you.
Good luck with your project.
Okay, next, we have administrative approvals / exemptions. Application 26-004, Center for Active Living, care of Leah Lacrosse. Ratification of a certificate of administrative approval to fully replace siding, trim, fascia, roofing materials, gutters, and downspouts located at 193 Stony Hill Road.
This approval was reviewed by Tim and Doug, and what was approved prior was a partial siding and trim, and now it'll just be full siding, trim, fascia, roofing, and all of that.
Good move.
Okay, go ahead.
So Doug Grant will make a motion for administrative approval / exemptions, 26-004, Center of Active Living, Leah Lacrosse. Ratification of certificate of administrative approval to fully replace siding, trim, fascia, roofing materials, gutters, downspouts located at 193 Stony Hill Road as presented.
Bob Burns second, and Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
And Darcy Sequin approves. And we have,
Doug Grattan will make a motion to adjourn.
Bob Burns second, and Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
and Darcy Sequin approves. Go Pats.
And the time is 5.